Yo, it's your boy Young Rails. Welcome back to another video. And what is going on, guys? Today we are going to be talking about episode 5. Game of Thrones has done it again. House of Dragons episode 5 is another banger. Alright, man, let's get into it. In the beginning of the show already introduced to a scene where we got a woman riding a horse. And later on we find out that that's Daemon's wife. And man, he kills her. All right, off rip, he kills her, and he has a plan. I'm assuming his plan is to try to get married to Rhaenyra and gain the throne that way. But he kills her and gains all her riches and the fortune that they would have. He is now the ruler, and he's going to gain all those riches and have a name and a title. Then we skip to Viserys and Rhaenyra riding all the way to Driftmark, so they can go ahead and wed Rhaenyra and Leonor to each other so they can go ahead and merge the houses. And of course, when Viserys gets there, I feel like Corlys was being a little bit disrespectful, but he didn't have nobody to introduce the king. The king had to walk through the whole castle and still barely any greetings from anyone. And finally, when he gets there, he just kind of meets Corlys in his room. And Corlys is like, what's up? Afterwards, Viserys mentions that he should marry Rhaenyra and Leonor together, and Viserys says, I think it'll be a good idea to bring our houses together like you said before. But Corlys basically wants to know, is Rhaenyra still going to be the heir to the throne? And if that's the case, then the last name is going to be changed to Valyrian. But Viserys was like, your firstborn son who's going to be heir to the throne needs to have a name Targaryen. And Corlys was cool with that. So the wedding was on. There's another part of this episode that's basically a little strange. We can tell that Alicent finds out some information where she's very upset with Rhaenyra. She's just mad the whole episode. And fine, you could be mad. But the whole point is that you're not really doing anything while you're mad. You're just mad. Another thing is that I love the way the castles look. Driftmark was looking really good. The way they portrayed it. Also, I love the mental battle between Corlys and Viserys. They always, when they're in the room together, there's always that mental battle. Like, I know Corlys is not the king, but he always kind of acts like he's superior to the king. So it kind of gives that mental battle that they usually have together, which is pretty cool. Corlys and Rhaenys are explaining that this might not be a good idea because Aegon has been born, and technically he's supposed to be the one to gain the throne. And he's going to challenge Rhaenyra eventually. They're basically foreshadowing that. Rhaenys goes ahead and drops a little ball on Leonor, saying that he kind of floats the other way. Also not going to be good for the throne. And of course, in the next scene, they kind of show you, hey, listen, this guy likes guys, so he's not really, into women like that. This guy likes guys. Okay, skip right fast to Rhaenyra leaving after everything's been successfully taken care of. The wedding has been announced, everybody's wed and all this other stuff. Then we come in with Tristan with his very complex idea with Rhaenyra that he wants to go ahead and have a baby with her and move to some freaking island and have babies. And he basically turns into a simp at this point, saying that he loves her and all that good stuff. But she's just like, bro, I'm the queen. Who are you, like, right now? Like, you're my right hand protector. That's it. You just need to protect and be my little booty call whenever I need. He's simped up, man. He's just like, I can't do this. I'm not some booty call. I love you. And that was basically the downfall right there. They set that up very nice. So everybody heads back to King's Landing. Corlys comes to King's Landing with his family to actually have the actual wedding. They invite everybody from the 7 kingdoms. I'm assuming everybody was invited. Start announcing names. Guess who walks in through the door like the man he is, Daemon Targaryen. Of course, he steals the scene. Everybody loves this man. He walks in, but nobody says anything to him. After they done banished him from what he did last time to Rhaenyra, just walks in like no care in the world. And Viserys is looking at him like speechless. Viserys is one of those let it be type of kings. Now, as the wedding progresses and everybody's in there with the tension and the cringing and all that good stuff that Game of Thrones is really good at, the issue is that, I guess the one issue I had with this is that I know everybody's looking at each other, but there's no way you can just tell somebody's having sexual relations with somebody just because they continue to look at them and all that other good stuff. Yes, it's a possibility, but I didn't like the way they put 2 and 2 together that way. It's too easily. so that Leonor's right-hand man could find out. A little bit bad writing, but it was all right. But that's definitely set up the scene for something that was going to happen next, and it was really juicy how Game of Thrones continues to bring in these episodes where we're assuming that there's not going to be that much action and war-like situations, but the mental battles and the struggles and the lies and the webs that are weaved in this show really make every scene and every interaction like a really intense and cringe-worthy. So these little interactions that we keep seeing are, oh my goodness, what's about to happen next? Because you know the webs and the weaving and the lying that continues to happen in the show. Now, with that being said, Leonor's right-hand man, his bodyguard, comes up to Tristan and goes, hey, listen, I know your secret. You know my secret. Let's try to keep it together and let's hush-hush about it. And man, Tristan was not having that. He was not having that. Did not like the way that conversation ended. A scene or two later, he commences to bashing this dude's face into the ground. And kills him. Another thing is nobody lays a hand on Tristan. He kind of just walks out of the scene and everybody's like kind of dumbfounded. Nobody says anything. He goes out there and he's about to go ahead and kill himself, but then Allison stops him, which I know was going to set up a lot of stuff for the Lord, but surprisingly, I just don't understand how all that can happen, and what I'm assuming is going to happen still happens in the future. So I hope they go ahead and kind of organize that, but it was definitely something that was pretty cool. The scene, they showed that man's bloody face and the hole in the face. It was really nasty and gory, but it looked really good for TV. And finally, man, somebody has the nuts to put stuff like this on TV, because these shows aren't doing it like this. And you know, the episode kind of comes to an end at that point, and I gotta say, man, these little in-between episodes that are really good. They really know how to make this show good. They weave the web very well, and the way they go ahead and portray the characters, I love all the characters, man. I don't know what's going on with this show. I love all the characters. I don't even know some of these actors, but the way they are making these characters and the way they're portraying these characters from the books, they are doing a very good job. And it looks amazing, and it's definitely top-notch acting. Well, that was my thoughts. I just think that this show is doing very good. It can continue to be very good. And it may even be better than the original Game of Thrones if they continue to keep it like this and, you know, not mess it up. They're doing a lot of time skips and jumps, but I think that it's necessary for the show because they can always slow down later on down the line and bring us, you know, more content, deeper storyline, and as they slow it down, if they decide to do that. But that's my thoughts. Once again, guys, if you guys like my content, check me out here. Hit that notification bell, like, subscribe, and of course, you guys can always tune in for some more. All right? Peace.